What's going on, guys? It is another Nerf Dad video. So today we're going to be modifying a interesting blaster. It's not really a Nerf brand, but it is a off-brand of Nerf type blasters. It is the Zuru X-Shot Micro. Now, this little guy is super strong to be as little as it is. Now, one of the things that makes it so strong is, after I just cracked one open, is the size of the plunger and the spring inside of it. We're going to flip this guy around real quick, take a look at him. If I can remember how to flip my camera around. Either way, we'll flip him right here. How about this? Look at that plunger tube. And that spring, that is bigger. That is a bigger plunger tube and a spring than what comes in a retaliator and or a long shot. Well, the spring is almost the same. It might fit in a long shot, but that spring would probably definitely work in a hot shock as like a backup spring to give it a little more oomph. It is just massive. It is huge. I was not expecting. Like, that's pretty big. They did really good as far as making sure it had a decent O-ring in it. But today our mod is removing the air restrictor, not only just to get a little more oomph out of it, but we're going to be able to fire half-length darts. Won't that be exciting? So what we're going to want to do is, like I said, we're going to go ahead and take this guy out of here. Obviously, in here you got your rod, which we are just going to pluck that guy out. Now, note, on the back, there is a tiny little guy right here. He fits in a hole. And in that little hole sits this little fella right here. You're going to want to pull him out with a pair of pliers and watch out for the spring. The spring does fly out. And I have no earthly idea where it went, but it's not going to matter because we're not going to use it anymore. So, we're going to go ahead and get this, this air restrictor out of here, and we'll be right back to show you what happened. Okay, now that we have our air restrictor out, we have the rod, which holds the dart in place. I didn't take it all the way out. I left just a little because obviously when you put your dart in, you want something to kind of hold it and you don't want it to suction feed back in. So what we did is we only took about half of the rod out, and as you can see right now, we got a half-length AF Pro in there now. So we're going to get him reassembled and we're going to do a fire test. It is also important to know that on these little X-Shot Micros, it does have two different screws, which are these guys here. You have these guys, and then this one little fella who goes here in the front. That's where he goes. So it is important to remember that. Also, be careful, these grip pieces will come off, and make sure that you remove this C-clamp from the handle. And we're going to get them put back together and see what happens. So, we'll be right back with that in just a second. Okay, guys, we're back. It was a little more, I guess the word I would want to say is slightly aggravating, especially to put the catch spring back in. You know, for something as super simple as this, you have literally plunger tube, trigger, catch spring, that's it. It was a little more aggravating to put back in than I thought it was going to be. But, just because, you know, these things are symmetrical on the inside as well as the outside, so there's not really a place for the catch spring to just, you know, sit. So, it did take a little finagling to get it back in there. But we are back together, primed and ready, and we are going to do a fire test here in just a second. So first we're going to start with an unmodified Zuru X shot. I did leave the clip, the C clip on the side here on this one. That way I was able to identify which one had more power, which one doesn't. So we are primed and ready to fire. Let's go ahead and get to that. Okay. Stand back a little bit. That way we don't hit our little partner in crime down there. So here's our first shot. Obviously, it's a Zuru X shot. Now, here's our other one, firing AF Pro half lengths. Primed, ready to fire. Jeez. It's definitely got a little more zip to it, especially with the full length darts. So we're gonna go ahead and load one of those guys in real quick. There we go. We're gonna aim for one of these cans over here. So let's see if I can actually get a good shot. Close, off to the left a little bit. Another! Not an issue. Not an issue at all. My aim's just a little off. It's definitely popping the waffle heads a lot harder than I thought it would. A little high. Either way, I just can't shoot today. It's raining. It throws my balance off. That and, you know, it's hot in here, so it definitely has a lot of factors. Let's see. Trying to get that can now. Damn it. Right above it. Either way. Definitely has a lot more power to it. Regardless, it's still a strong little pistol. And with something as simple as being able to run half-length darts is definitely a nice option. Removing the air restrictor obviously definitely helped a little, minuscule. I can't wait to actually get some ranges out of these guys and see what we got going on. But yeah, that was all we did, is we just take out about that much of the rod on the inside just to be able to fit our half-length darts, and we removed an air restrictor. And now we have a Zuru X-Shot Micro that can fire half-length darts. The other one, I am going to take that secondary spring. I'm going to take that guy out, and I'm going to put it in our Nerf Hot Shock just to see if that will make our rocket mod that we did fly a little further. And if it does, I'm going to take this little jolt killer here and get a couple more of them. So that was our video for today. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more, coming up in a few weeks, our worker kit should be here for our Retaliator. We just ordered that, so hopefully that'll be in soon. Also, we're going to be painting the long shot. So if you want to see what colors we're going to do, I have something interesting planned for that. Nice little different effect. But yeah, if you found this guide helpful for your Zuru Micro Shot to be able to fire half-length darts, which if you didn't already know it in the mod guides and you didn't do it already, now you can. Again, very, very simple. A little stressful as far as putting it back together just because of the catch spring, but not a big deal. We did it anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you on our next Nerf That Dad video. See you guys later.